So we're starting a little late than I wanted to, but we're gonna put these back in, seal them up. There's this one right here. I'm gonna clamp that down again, and maybe somewhere else right here as well. And then this one is up top as well, and I think somewhere on the bottom. Out of the side, yeah. I mean, it's all black there, but I don't know. I don't want to assume anything. So I got more epoxy, got lighters. So we're going to heat shrink and seal up this hole on both sides of the Blue Ghost, and then install it. Reheating of the lights and clamping them where they need to be worked. So you can do that if you need to. Sealing these little cutouts where the Blue Ghost for the wires. And here's how I'm doing it. I just have it like tilted back, held in with tape, and then doing one side at a time, because I mean, epoxy will flow kind of like water if you put enough on there. So taped up the bottom, I guess you could call this, and you know, filled this top part with epoxy. And then when it dries, we'll flip it and put epoxy on the top, so it's both sides get epoxy. And then we'll do the same on the top. But yeah, that's how I'll do it. And then right here, where it like meets like right there, I'm just gonna do electrical tape and then duct tape. Electrical tape, I'll take a lighter and kind of heat it up, because electrical tape kind of acts as shrink wrap, because it'll shrink up some. And then hopefully that'll be enough to waterproof it. But I'm also gonna put it in an area that doesn't get water, because I looked when it rained and this area wasn't really wet, so it should be fine. Plus it'll be upside down so the water doesn't drain to the board, because like this is the top, so this is the bottom, right? So it'll be like that. So if any water does get in, it'll just sit right here. So all right, so this is what the back looks like. We got the high beam coming out of here. Make sure your red, if you're looking at it with the tab on the top, is on the top. Retrofit source does a good job of explaining that right here in solenoid wiring. But the red will go on the top one if you're looking at it like this. And then here's all the LED and turn signals, so this one will get covered up. And then you got your LEDs out here, and then your 3 wires. So I know these 2 are probably going to be used, and then this one is the negative, but just in case, I put it up there. So this is done. This is plug and play as is. And then don't forget your breathers. Oh, and to get the LED wires, the red, green, and white, you do have to take the JST connection off. And all you really do is get tweezers, press down on the bottom. So like here's the top with the notches, and those 3 areas right there, you'll press down wherever it's silver. Yeah, I just have tiny tweezers, that's all I'm using. And then to reinsert them, you wanna, there's like a tab, it's gonna be hard, but you can see it. It's what locks it in place. And you just wanna take the tweezers, flip it up a little bit, because you press it down, reinsert it. There you go. They're all flipped up a little bit. You don't have to flip them up way up, just a little bit more than what they were. And there you go, good as new. So now this light can be installed. It's all good. We got our Gore-Tex patches right there. They went on pretty easy. It may be a little tricky lining them up with dead center, but bigger ones, little ones, and yeah, we're good. The bulb's already in here, by the way. Make sure you don't touch those. That's very important. So we'll just repeat with the other headlight. It's the next day. Finally installing it today. We got everything buttoned up. Blinker plug will plug in there, screw on. We got that to go to the amp, this will go to the high beam, and then this will run straight out, and they all got little grommets. We got our breathers. We are set. Tested on the bench, everything works. Tested that extension wire, it works. So now it's just time to do the hard work. I'm not gonna bore you with how to take the bumper off and how to replace the headlights. I did that in this video when I originally went to these, probably 2 or 3 years ago. And I also did like the Boss valence there. Everybody shows you how to change the headlights. That's boring. I'm gonna show you the wiring part, the part that I can't get anybody to help me, because I've messaged a handful of people. People that make the lights, people that run the made lights, and I was like, hey, can you show me like where you mounted your like ballast or your amp or igniter or the relays or how you mount it, and I'd either get, oh, I didn't install them, nope, or I don't have them, when clearly they're still running them on their car. Okay, people of Instagram, I see how you are. So that made me want to do this even more, because they want to keep their little secrets. They can go ahead and keep their secrets. I want to show y'all how to do this so you don't have to go through all that trouble, because that's really annoying, and it's just like, look, dude, I just need advice. Like, I get people want money for their advice, but it's like, why? Just show me a picture of your engine bay and point out where the ballasts are, how you mounted them. That's all I need to know. But for now, we're gonna do the zip tie method. That's just what's gonna be easiest, because I don't have a drill, or I have a drill. I don't have like a 200-foot extension cord to the parking lot. I don't have a cordless drill, and a lot of people just seem to be running zip ties, and it's fine. I mean, as long as there's no play. Again, you just go back to the, as long as there's no play anywhere, it shouldn't wear out, because the play causes the wear, not just the zip ties cause the wear. It's the zip ties being loose, causing it to wiggle, the wiggle causes it to wear, chain of events. So as long as the mounting's secure, it should be fine. I mean, there's a builder in Greenville. Messaged him when the lights went out, price, and I was like, all right, that's a little much for lights. I get why he charges that now. And then I joined a couple like Facebook groups and would, you know, ask questions. And one guy, let me pull up his he's been a blessing. Let me tell you what. His name's John. He runs Marine Customs. Marine Customs with a K on the custom and a Z on the end of customs. This is his Facebook page, right? Crazy stuff. So John at Marine Customs, I believe it's either just him or he owns it, one of the two. If you want to give business to somebody, give it to him, because he is actually here for the community. He helps. He does more than just say, oh, it'll be this much, I can't share anything with you. Like, we have like detailed messages, you know, like where do I do this, how do I do that, how do I wire it. Like, he helped me so much. So if you don't want to do this but you like it, give him your business, please. Like, I can't thank him enough. The guy that's in Greenville, like, he messaged me on his personal Facebook and was like, hey man, if you have questions, like, let me know, shoot him my way. And I shot him his way. He never responded. Just making him look good on the headlight page. The other one is this guy named Steve. Again, I'm gonna leave his last name out. I don't know what he wants, but you know, he walked me through how to like bake headlights, how to find the right projector for this. Like, he walked me through. He even offered to do it for me if I needed any help. Again, Steve and John, thank y'all so much. I don't know if you'll ever see this video. Yeah, give Marine Customs your business if you want someone else to do this. People on Instagram aren't very friendly. But yeah, let's install them, because I also did the epoxy last night, and well, the epoxy's good. I'll also put it in a spot that doesn't get much water. Yeah, first we'll go out, install the lights, we'll come back, get all the wiring, and then do that. That'll be easiest. I'm gonna skip to when the lights are in, the bumper's on, and all that. So here we are, they are installed. Taking the bumper off and putting the lights on, that only took like 45 minutes from now. That's not hard. So now's the fun part. We gotta wire everything. So right now I have it laid out just where it's gonna go. And experimenting with the side, but we already taped up the driver's side headlight plug, because this one's not going to be used. You only need one on the passenger side with this kit. Putting it together, we should have plugged this in when I had the bumper off. That's what I forgot to do, but I assume the way the wires are, that's the way they're fed. So if black's on this side, black should be on this side. So we'll go ahead and do that. But I'm doing the HID kit first, and then I'll wire in all the LED stuff. So again, we're gonna zip tie, and I think this bad boy is gonna go right there, right in front of the strut tower. There's a hole. I have a hole, but zip tie it right there, and that'll be that. Also, maybe zip tie it off this cable. This is the hood pop cable, whatever. It pops the hood. It's the cable for that. Yeah, let me do the blinkers and I'll show y'all. All right, it's a new day. I ran out of lights again. I'm gonna wire up the Blue Ghost first, just because it's a little bit easier. Starting over here, there's a nut on your battery terminal, so you don't have to take that whole terminal off. And it's also on the positive. It's a little easier on the positive. That's what we're doing. We're gonna mount this somewhere in this area, making sure the cables go down. Ideally, we just put it there and screw it in, but I don't have a drill. Maybe somewhere over there, but the relay also has to go over here. and that has a little bit longer of a lead. This might go on this side, maybe right there. Run this to the Blue Ghost, it'll be by the brake reservoir, and we'll start connecting things, testing them. I have everything wired up now, and we go into the app. Oh, you can't see that, but it's found, right? There are all my testing programs. So we'll do kaleidoscope, and both sides work. Just white, I don't know, cop. So keep in mind, the sun's directly in front of me, and the only trouble I'm having seeing is the halos. That's fine. So whenever I'm driving, it'll be plenty bright. And again, these aren't lights to see with, they're just accent lighting that you can see when you're closer. It's not like mile down the road. Oh look, I can see every little gill, I think is what they're called. Every little bar in the halo. It's like, eh. Also wired up and tested the HIDs. They work, high beam works. Didn't really test those on the bench, just like a quick. If you're new and you don't know HID ballasts make like a high pitch noise. It's just like, it's like a constant. If you haven't heard HIDs, they just kind of make a little noise, and that's normal. And then when you flick the high beams on, you just hear like a click, because that's a solenoid activating, flipping down the shield blocker thing. Mine aren't adjusted. I'm still gonna have to adjust the height and where they are, but I have to do that at night, obviously. But I tried to center them up inside the halo as best I could. We're all good. There's a shadow, now you can see it. And also some of these, the master dimmer is like all the way down. Parade, that one's full bright, so. I'll have to go back and go through all these. Unless the master dimmer on here controls all of them. But there's white. My only complaint is the halo is like a little yellow because of the epoxy. And there you go. You can see it's like kind of two different shades. I don't know how to fix that. It could just be the LED thing. But apparently they're the same LEDs, so I don't know. But just know that the white on here is going to be just a shade different. On the negative terminal on the battery, we have the negative for the rectifier for the Blue Ghost. Also, I'm like by a road because I'm in a parking lot. Excuse the noise. And then positive side, we have the positive for the HID and the Blue Ghost. So there's also a positive terminal in here. You know, you could use that as a positive, but I just wanted everything in one location. So this is gonna sit, I don't know, maybe it'll sit like that. Again, I'm gonna redo this with screws whenever I get home. And this will sit there. This is gonna sit right there. And then we got the amp igniter down there. And we'll just zip tie that to, I think, this wire right here. So I'll run this, we're running this all kind of above the radiator. And then we get to this mess. And this ballast is gonna have to be somewhere. I was wanting to put it like right back here, but I don't think that's gonna be an option, because the wire is kind of short. Grounds, of course, on the side, just, you know, any bolts of metal. And then the Blue Ghost, I'm thinking I'll put it here, like that, but as you can see, the hood may close on it. I don't think it will. If not, I'll put it down there. Oh, I don't have screws in here. Put it down. Oh, that'll be perfect right there. And then I'll run it through that middle hole. And also, if you took out this like noise tube that runs to the cabin, you can have this little hanger for, you know, this wire or something, just to keep it a little bit neater. I'll button this up and show y'all what I did.